Today we are going to be making our own salt dough. You're going to need flour, a half cup, a quarter cup, a spatula, some salt, and a big old mixing bowl. I also recommend that you have a baking sheet or something to put underneath so that we don't make a mess. Alright, first you're going to need a half a cup of flour. So dig in your measuring cup, it should be a half cup. You're going to make sure that it is nice and even along the top. It's a little hard to do with one hand, but once you get your measurement, you're just going to dump that right in your mixing bowl. Okay, next you're going to need your quarter cup of salt. So you're going to pour your salt in there, try to not make a mess like I did. That's why we have the baking sheet. You're going to pour your salt into your quarter cup and then pour your salt into the big mixing bowl. Once you have your salt in there, you're going to need a quarter cup of water. So you can go to the sink or you can use a water bottle, whatever you need. Pour that water in your mixing bowl. Once you have all your ingredients in your bowl, we need to mix it up. So you're going to use that big old spatula. And you're going to mix that all together until it starts to get real sticky. Once you find that it's getting sticky, you're going to put the spatula aside and start to use your hands to mix your dough together. And you're just going to stick your hand in there, start squishing. If it's too sticky, add more flour. If it's not sticky enough, you might need some more water if it's falling apart a little bit. So you're going to need to figure that out, what your dough is doing. Add flour or water. Then you should have a nice ball of salt dough for you to use to make a sculpture. Alrighty, if you don't want to use your dough right away, you can put it in a plastic Ziploc bag. Make sure you label it so that someone in your house doesn't think it's cookie dough and try to eat it. That would not be very tasty. So I just wrote it on my bag with a little Sharpie. When you're ready to sculpt, you need to know how to do three things. You need to know how to make a ball of clay, a coil of clay, and a slab. What I'm doing right now is making a ball of clay by taking a chunk and rolling it in my hand and on the tray. To make a coil, you're going to make a long piece and then roll it across the tray with both hands. That is a coil. Now to make a slab, what you're going to want to do is squish your clay all the way down flat on your tray, kind of like a cookie. If you can do those three things, you can make any sculpture you want. I decided to make a bird, a nice little robin. So I'm going to use my balls, my slabs, and my coils to make the picture or sculpture that I want to make of my bird. The reason that I decided to make a bird is because a mama robin has been laying eggs in a tree outside my front door for a couple years. Now you can use lavender oils or any smelly oils to add to your clay if you want it to smell good. Here is the start of my bird. So I made a nice big pancake of clay here. And then what I did was I got a plastic knife because we are going to be using safety first, and I cut my big pancake in half to make a bird shape. Once you have your bird shape, you can add on your details with coils, with balls of clay, anything that you want to do. This is just what my sculpture looks like. You can make anything you want. It doesn't have to be a bird. Then you're going to let your sculpture dry overnight because it has to get nice and hard. After you let it dry overnight, you can add color to your sculpture. You can use regular paint, you can use watercolor paint, you can use watercolor markers, whatever you have at home is fine to use on top of this salt dough. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. Here's my paint. I decided to make my robin red because I'm really missing Red Robin, the restaurant, right now. So in the next few minutes, you're going to see that I used my paint brushes and was very careful while I was painting not to make a mess. Now, it's not going to turn out perfectly, but just do your best. This is what my robin looked like when I was all done painting it. Pretty cute. I want to add some string to my robin to hang it up later and add these little two balls as feet hanging from the bottom of my robin. I can't wait to see what you guys make. I'm really excited. Have fun!